Hi guys, today I want to talk to you about rejection. Okay, the other time was on Friday, I think, or Saturday. I came back home and I found my daughter very sad. I was wondering what's happening. So she was like, she's a very young adult. She's just 19, yeah. So she was trying to figure out some things on her own. She's still learning. So when she was comfortable, she came and opened up and she told me, Mom, I feel bad because I was talking to this person, the conversation went like this. Am I a horrible person? So she was asking these weird questions and I couldn't wrap my mind around whatever she was trying to say. So I told her, please stop beating around the bush, just tell me as it is. So she told me, can I show you a text, my texts, you tell me what I've done wrong. And I'm like, okay. So she brought me her phone and there was this conversation she was having with someone about a career she was thinking, a path. And at the end of the conversation, this person rejected. And when I read that part of rejection, she started crying. And I was just like, I wanted to laugh, but of course you have to respect her moment and I had to have that talk with her, that rejection is a normal way of life. Okay, so I'm here to talk about rejection. Stay with me. Hi, I'm Miss Bethathi. I talk about personal finance, life, without pretending that it's easy. Okay, I try so much not to sugarcoat stuff, and I try very much to be very relatable. Okay, so if you haven't, please like, subscribe, and turn on notifications bell so that you're notified every time I upload another video. Now, I want to talk about how to handle rejection in business, in the workplace, in life, at home, whatever, because these things happen without you knowing. Okay, one way, one time in life you'll be rejected somewhere. Even me, I've faced rejection, yeah, and to be honest, it's not a very good feeling. Okay, it's a very bad, pathetic feeling, but it's just a way of life. Okay, so the earlier you accept that, the better for you. It's just like a season. Seasons come and they go. Okay, but you have to agree that once in a while in your life, sometimes you will be rejected, and it is not because you're a bad person or you're not good. Okay, it's for different reasons. I'll also be telling you what to do when it happens, when you're rejected. But main point is, it's normal and it can happen to anyone. It has happened to a lot of people. It's just that most people don't talk about it. Now, let's talk about the immediate response. How you as an individual respond to rejection. The first thing you need to do is to acknowledge how you feel. Okay? At that moment, acknowledge that you feel bad, you feel pathetic, without judging yourself, because we tend to sit down and think we are horrible people, and we're very harsh judges when it comes to judging ourselves. Don't do that. Okay, but if you're feeling sad, sit in that moment, acknowledge that feeling, whether you're feeling angry, sad, frustrated, or it just means you're normal. Okay, yeah, there's some negative type of feeling that will follow, that will come after being rejected, and that's okay. Another thing you need to do, especially when it comes to maybe your workplace or in business, avoid fast replies. Even in things like relationships, avoid very fast replies, because when you're rejected, the first feeling that comes would be mostly anger. So you see, if you're responding, you'll be replying out of anger or you being frustrated. So you might say things that you really don't mean. So avoiding to reply instantly is best. Take your time before responding. Sawa. If you have to step away, okay, especially in business setups. Okay, step back. Okay, take that time. When you step back, take that time to go and acknowledge your emotions. So use a brief, gracious closing line, something like, "Thank you for considering me," or us. That is if you're representing a company or something. Okay, now let's talk about the mindset shift. What happens? Most of the times when you're rejected, we tend to merge this with self-reflection, how we see ourselves. As I said, we judge ourselves so harshly. So the first thing you need to do is separate this rejection from your self-worth. And I say this because this is about fit, not your value. Okay? So at that moment, they just saw that you didn't fit. It didn't mean that you're not valuable. So the best of us, we tend to confuse the two. You just start questioning your values. Am I not valuable enough? Don't do that. Reframe as data. Ask yourself questions like, what does this tell me about preferences, timing, or gaps? What can I learn from this? Yeah? And most importantly, try to normalize rejection. Whatever it is that you're trying to do, make room for rejection just in case you're rejected, so that you're not surprised. Normalize it as part of high effort attempts. Sawa. Whether you're in sales, it doesn't matter if you're selling cars, whatever it is that you're selling, whether it's in fundraising, you're trying to raise money for something, there's people who will just blatantly say no. Or even in dating. Just normalize it so that when it happens, you don't grumble. When you see it, when you start looking at it as something that is normal, imagine when it happens, that will be something, you'll have normalized it. It won't have like a very huge impact on your life. Okay? Here are some practical actions you can take in, let's say, in business. Okay? You can request specific feedbacks, of course, when appropriate. Because this is the only way that you can be able to identify weak points. After that, you can do something like updating your pitch, your product, or the process you used on patterns across rejections. Another thing you need to do is you need to be able to maintain those relationships. Okay? And this is because most of the times when we are rejected out of anger, now we don't want to. We want to burn that bridge. We don't want to be associated with these people who rejected us. Especially in business, that's not the right way. That's not the right move. Okay? You need to find a way of maintaining that relationship. And this is because today's no can be tomorrow's referral, or a simple rearrangement. These things happen. Okay? Things change, especially with time. Even you as an individual, as a company, as a business, change over time. That's how. So give yourself that grace. Now, here are some practical actions you can take when rejection happens in life. Okay? That was when it happens in business. I'm giving you when it happens, what to do when it happens in business, in life, some strategic follow-ups, and some long-term resilience habits. Okay? So this is what you do when it happens in real life, in your life. You can use something like a ritual to close that loop. For example, for some people, if you like to journal, you can write it down. Okay? Write down that rejection. After you've written it down, you can discard that paper or burn it or whatever. After that, it's in your best interest to reconnect with people who embrace you, who will embrace you, people who are supportive of you, and people who will reinforce your strengths, because everyone has strengths and weaknesses. That's not the best time for you to go and stay alone. Surround yourself with friends and family members who know of your strengths. As I said, most of the time you beat yourself up, and when we do this, we do it very we don't have mercy on ourselves. And this is the moment we forget about our strengths. So when you surround yourself with people who support and love you, that's the best decision you can make at that moment. You can, of course, schedule a small win or something like an enjoyable activity that can help you build momentum. Just don't go and enclose yourself. You'll feel awful, and it will take a longer time to heal. Unlike when you surround yourself with people who love you and embrace you and accept you for who you are. Okay? Nobody in this world is made of just weaknesses. Everyone has both weaknesses and strengths. So the moment you are from an environment that maybe magnified your weaknesses and they rejected you because of that, the best thing you need to do is put yourself in a situation or in an environment where people see your strengths. Okay? That is you striking a balance. Now, strategic follow-up. For example, in business, you can set a date for maybe reapproach if circumstances change. For example, new metrics or a different role. That's why I said, like, for example, if you're doing business, don't burn the bridge. Maintain that relationship. Another thing you can do is to diversify your targets so that no single rejection carries excessive weight. Okay? Once you diversify, let's say these are proposals or whatever, you diversify them. If one rejection comes, at least it won't be as powerful if you put all your eggs in one basket. Okay? At least one is bound to come through for you. Another thing you need to do is keep a rejection resume. This will be able to help you track things like risks, the risks that you've taken, and most especially lessons you've learned. Okay? Because remember, in this life, everything that happens, it happens for a reason. But I normally tell people, even my daughter, whatever happens, there's a lesson you should have learned out of that. For example, it's not everywhere you go that you'll get a yes. It doesn't matter who you are. Some people will reject you, and some, it's not that they have a good reason. They'll just reject you just like that. Okay? Some will feel like, some will reject you just because they don't like you. Not that you're bad. No. Some will reject you because of their feelings. Okay? Some will reject you because of how you look like. Some will reject you because things you cannot control. And that's why I said, the moment you're okay with that, you will be okay with rejection. Okay? The moment you're okay with people disliking you, or the moment you open up your mind to accept that rejection can happen, the better for you. Okay? The earlier you accept that, the earlier you start growing. So here are some long-term resilience habits. You can practice low-stakes rejection exposure. Okay? For example, asking for discounts, or having small requests about something. Alright? You can also review past rejections, quarterly, to see how often they led to maybe a better outcome. You can also define your own success metrics independent of any single yes or no that you told out there. Other than that, rejection is bound to happen whether you like it or not. Whether you're a child or an adult, rejection is bound to happen. Okay. I remember I once got rejected when my daughter was when she joined high school. They wanted this parent representative. So I stood up and I wanted to represent, to be the parent representative of my daughter's class. That was the same year. Was it the same year I had lost my dad? So that wound was still so fresh. I guess I was looking for purpose or something. I just needed something. So amongst some few men who wanted that seat, I was the only woman. And they didn't choose me. I was rejected. Maybe, I don't know, I guess because of the tattoos and stuff like that. But it really doesn't matter. Let me tell you, because of that, I was just in a very bad place mentally, emotionally. When I left that school, on my way home, I cried. I broke down. And I was trying to figure out, was it the rejection? Or was it the pain? Or was it... I couldn't understand it. But recently, I think that was one of the biggest rejections that messed me up somehow. But I got over it. Over time, I got over it. So that was one of the examples I talked to my daughter about, so that she can feel like she's not alone. It didn't just happen to her. It can happen to anybody for whatever reason. Okay, someone can just look at you like this and they just feel like no, and there's nothing you can do to this person. Okay, so rejection is a part of life. It's being told no is not easy. It's not easy. Okay, especially if it's concurrent. Like yesterday you were rejected, the other day, or you've been going through a lot of losses. If you're not careful, you might break. And that's why I said sometimes surround yourself with people who can see your strong side, who can celebrate you, who see your value. They will help you balance that scale. But don't sit alone. Rejection is not easy, but it must happen. Those are just some of the things in life that most of the time we are not prepared for. If you're not careful, you might even end up being depressed. You're always anxious. You're angry. You're just mad at people. It's just like going to look for a job and then you're rejected. And you know very, very well it's something you can do. So you start questioning yourself. Maybe it's just how life tests us, but then again, life doesn't really care who you are. So you'll be tested one way or another. Okay? If you've never been rejected in business, you'll be rejected in life one way or another. Maybe your friends will reject you. Maybe your colleagues will reject you. Or maybe a spouse will reject you. And there's nothing much you can do about it. Okay? Just gather your lessons. Shoo! Walk away. Alright? That's the best thing you can get out of that. Lessons learned. Well, I don't know what you think about that. Have you ever been rejected? How did you handle it? I'd love to know. Let me know on the comment section what the rejection was about, how you handled it. Did it break you? Did it make you? I'd really love to know. Share with us on the comment section. I'll respond as fast as I can. Well, that's it for us today. Yeah. So if you're out there and you just faced rejection, imagine you'll make it. Okay? Just think of it as a stepping stone. Okay? Just think of it as life trying to teach you something. Okay? So embrace it and move forward. Okay? Don't allow these things break you. And don't think that rejection only happens to you, or it happened to you. It happens to the best of us. It's just that most of us know how to mask these things. Okay? It's only people who are close to us who know the number of rejections we've faced in life. Okay? So pick yourself up. Teach yourself how to mask. Okay? Just like everybody else. And move on with life. Move on with the life. As you should. Okay? Well, that's it for us today. It was raining. It has stopped raining. I don't know. The weather is it has mixed feelings. We are warm, we are cold, we are dry, we are wet. And just like rejection, we can't control everything. We can't control the weather. Pray that God gives you the strength to be able to handle and to accept things that you cannot change. I'm Miss Moithathi, and I'll see you in my next video. Cheers.